All right, this is the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, coming live and direct from the magnificent, the glorious studios of the TuneIn Radio out in Los Angeles, California. The studio is fantastic. My name is Michael Rapaport. I'm in here with the 2015 podcast co-host of the year. His name is Gerald Moody.
Yeah.
The last name, it rhymes with duty.
Yeah.
What's really good, Mr. Moody?
Everything's good, man. Just taking in the good weather. We had a reduction of humidity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great breeze, 80 degrees, low humidity. I think that's the best time.
Yeah, the fall in New York City is fantastic. Of course, when I was there, it hadn't become fall yet. It was still swamp-ass season, as I like to call it. This is a live I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast broadcast. This is a live broadcast. This is not a test. This is live. We're taking phone calls. We're talking to the people for the next 2 hours. You can talk about anything and everything you want. We could talk about housewives. We could talk about movies, sports. We can talk about my 9/11 kneeling comments that have been all over, well, not all over. I don't want to overstate my my prowess, but it's been skating around Twitter, and whatever you want to talk about. The show is live. We're taking phone calls. I like this, Monetti. I'm excited to talk to the people. I wish we could do this more often. I wish we could do podcasts, and while we're doing every single podcast, we could take phone calls. Because the fans, let me tell you something about the Rapapack. Yo, the fans of this show, I got to tell you how much I appreciate every single thing, the support, the Twitter support, the reviews on iTunes, the puff pass mentality of you love the show, you tell a friend about it, the compliments that we get. People come up to me on the street. People come up to me. I was on the plane. I was at the Jets game. I was a security guy. I can't remember his name. He said to me, Gringo Mandingo. He's there, security, for the opening day of the Jets. And you know what he says to me? Gringo Mandingo, you made my day. And I said, you know what? By you calling me the Gringo Mandingo, you fucking made my day. You know what I mean? It brought a little smile to my face. You know what I mean? I've gotten called the Gringo Mandingo. I've gotten asked, where's G Moody? Last name rhymes with duty. By people in cars passing by. So the fans of the show, all of you guys, you know who you are. We have our hardcore fans, and we don't need to name all of them because I know I'm going to forget some. But you know who you are. I see you on there. I appreciate it. And Mr. Monetti, how do you feel about the fans today, this day in September of 2016? Where's your head at?
Yo, the fans are so hardcore, hard-bodied. Words can't express how they make us feel. They really behind us, and we'd like to give them that entertainment. So I love the fans, man, undoubtedly, yo.
And we're taking calls all night. I am taking calls all night. Do we have any calls already? Well, shit, let's just get to it because, people are going to come in and have things to say. And, we're going to treat this like a regular podcast. We're going to start with the fans. Let's take this first call. We're going live and direct. Hello?
Hello? This is Anthony Hubbard.
Yo, Hubbard, what's up, my man?
What's going on, Mike?
I'm good, man. How you doing, my man?
Good. I'm calling up for a question and a statement.
Yes, give it to me, Anthony.
Question, when are you hitting the East Coast in this world tour?
Oh, good question. We don't know when we're hitting the East Coast in this world tour. The world tour is unpredictable. We want to make it to the East Coast. We want to do a whole East Coast leg of the world tour.
Like Philly, New York.
New York, Buffalo, Baltimore, Florida, the Carolinas.
Carolina, Florida, you got to hit up. They need a lot of help down there.
Yeah, Syracuse, the whole thing. Virginia, anywhere that'll have us. And then we need to take the world tour on the world. Around the world. It can't just be in America. Hence the title, the world tour.
You got that right.
But
you got that right.
How you been, man? You saw the first live show between me and Monetti about a year ago. You were there. Am I correct?
Yeah, I was there in Brewster, New York. Yeah.
I mean, you made it. That was the first leg of this actual world tour in Brewster, New York. I mean, a lot of people say, start your world tour in Paris. No, we're going to start in Brewster, New York. How about that?
That was the perfect spot to do it. Brewster was the number one spot to do it for the first stop of the World Tour.
Yeah, it's a hotbed of things in Brewster. It's a hotbed of the artistic community and the forward thinkers of the world, and most people don't know that. So it made perfect sense. We're going to be going. Why don't you come to Vegas October 14th? We're going to be doing the live tour October 14th at the Hard Rock Hotel, a place called Vinyl. If not, come meet us in Phoenix. We're going to be in Phoenix on October 16th. Anthony, why don't you come out there? Do you know anybody who's looking to get hitched? Because I'm trying to become an ordained minister and marry some poor suckers on a live show.
That would be excellent. I wish me and my wife could get remarried.
Hey, why not? Why not let the Gringo Mandingo remarry you and push this relationship to parts unknown?
Yeah, and for my statement, I just want to tell you that in the Rapapack Fantasy Football League, we are Rapaport, and I'm not there to make friends.
No.
I'm looking to take people down, take them down hard.
Yep.
And Chicago Rapapack felt that wrath this weekend.
You gave him that business.
I did, and, I like the guy, and I didn't mean to do it that way. I found out he's in a fetal position in the bathroom staring at his phone. I don't like to do that to people.
No, but you know what, though, Hubert? I support you 150%. If my mom was in a fantasy football team with me, I'd want her begging for mercy. So Chicago Rapapack is my guy. I love him. But listen, if he takes you down, I'm going to be standing over you, Anthony Hubert, and I'm going to be laughing. Okay?
I don't want that.
And you got to take it. I took a beating on Sunday. On Sunday, I won 2 games, but I took a beating in my Stern Show league. So it happens to the best. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. And if you're going to win, you got to win big. And if you're going to lose, you need to have your face in a toilet bowl somewhere. So I get it.
Yeah, no, I get it. And DJ Moist is my next opponent, and I'm coming for you.
How does your lineup look?
It looked pretty good. I was not too happy about my third stringer wide receiver, Tyler Lockett, but it's a 12-man league, and things get a little stretched out there in a 12-man league, but I feel good. I have Tom Brady and Le'Veon Bell waiting on my bench to come in, so I will be full force by week 4 and 5. I will be a force.
Now I am the commissioner. Are you calling to make some sort of deal? You want me to make some moves? Like, what do you need from me? Because I'm taking like money, bribes. Like, what do you want to? Like,
I'll DM you.
Okay,
there'll be a nice little stash for you.
All right, all right. Let me know. Let me know. I'll do it. Like a ham and cheese sandwich. I'm not. It doesn't have to just necessarily be money, Anthony. So if you want to work something out, you know where to find me.
If you see a new pair of New Balance, just know where it came from, okay?
Now now you're talking my language, man. I appreciate you calling in. We love the support, and I'll talk to you soon, my man Hubert.
Yep, thank you, my man.
All right.
Thank you. Later.
Yo, Jabe, this is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. You're live. You're live right now.
Gringo Mandingo and G Monetti. I didn't know G Monetti was going to be on the phone. This is great. I just want to give a shout-out to the podcast. I love it. You guys have completely changed my life, my vernacular. My vocabulary is totally different now. I just want to give a shout-out to the Rapapack Fantasy League, which I'm in. Kevin Green, I kicked your ass last week. Ace Costa, I'm coming to crack that ass this week. No Bruno. And I just also want to give a shout-out to Miles Davis.
Yes.
And Jordan Winter as well. They did a fantastic job producing.
Yes.
And I have to give a shout-out to the I Am Rapaport Secretary of Defense, Mr. Morris.
Yes.
And also the man, Anthony Hubert, as well.
I like, you know your stuff. I appreciate that. We appreciate the support. It means the world to us. And, thank you for calling, man. You got anything specific you want to ask Mr. Moody, whose last name rhymes with duty?
Well, I do love the beats, Moody. It's fantastic. Yeah. I do have 2 quick questions. 1, when are you coming to Seattle? And 2, when is Master Ace going to get on the podcast? I've been waiting to hear that. That needs to happen.
As far as going up to Seattle, we would love that. It's all a part of the never-ending I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast World Tour. And we got to get Master Ace. He tours so much. It's been hard to catch up with him. But we definitely want Master Ace on the podcast. Gerald grew up with him in Brownsville. Break that down, G Monet. Break down Master Ace and some of the people in Howard Projects during your time coming up as a young buck.
Yeah, man. Master Ace grew up in my project, and I used to see him. We played football together or whatever, but no one knew that he rapped, like he was a rapper. He kept that close to the vest. And then 87, 88, see him with the symphony, and for him, the rest is history. So good dude, class act, and what has happened to him, he deserves.
Yo, you mean the first time you found out that Master Ace was rhyming was when you heard him on the symphony?
When I turned that In Control album from Marley Marl, Volume 1, when I turned it over and I saw his DJ, I was in his class. We were in the same class together. And then I looked and saw Master Ace, and I said, oh, shit, that's DeVal. That's his name. And that's when I seen it, 1987.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
That's a great story.
Yeah. Listen, we appreciate the support. And thank you so much, and keep listening, spread the word, and we're gonna keep doing the damn thing.
Cool, I appreciate it, man. I love it. I'm that one guy on Twitter. I follow you guys. I try to retweet everything, try to shout you guys out. Man, I love the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, my man. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Next call. Who do we got? Raul?
Yo, what's up, Mike?
Raul, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. I'm just first of all, I want to say thanks for all the inspiration, man. I want to talk about something that you touched on last time, which was people calling you a culture vulture, man. The other day you put up that picture of you and Pac, and that was awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just want to say thanks for the inspiration, and don't listen to the people calling you a culture vulture, man. They just mad that you're real,
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. That little sentiment doesn't bother me at all because I know what it is, and especially in regards to myself personally, and in my work and the kind of work that I've tried to do as an artist and as a director, it speaks for itself, and I try to represent, and I appreciate that. So thanks for the support, man. And you got G Monetti on the line too. G Moody, his last name rhymes with duty.
Yeah,
Raul, what's the deal?
Moody, last name rhyme with duty. Hey, before I go, Mike, I just want to say one more thing, man. You almost got me in trouble, man. I sent you a DM and I asked you how I would prove these people wrong that called me a dreamer. And can I curse on here or no? Can I tell you what you told me?
This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. Of course you could curse.
Yeah. So I sent you a DM and I was super happy that you wrote back. Two people called me a dreamer. I told you, can you please advise me on how to prove them wrong? You told me to tell them to eat dicks.
Oh yes.
I can't really take your advice on that, Mike, because then I'm gonna have no job, buddy.
Well, listen, man, yo, don't let anybody shut down any of your thoughts. Hey, you sound like you're a young dude. Work hard, keep your nose to the ground, stay productive, keep your mind productive, keep your body in shape, and the world's in front of you, man. And don't.
I appreciate that, Mike. That means a lot, man.
And I mean it sincerely, man. And I appreciate the support. And stay in touch with us. We're easy to find and easy to be seen on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast.
No fact checking, bro. No fact checking.
Why fact check, Raul? Raul, anybody could fact check. You know what I mean? Anybody could. I'm doing this podcast right now. There's no computer in front of me. I have nothing in front of me. My hands are waving and flailing in the air. I have no computer in front of me. I pride myself on making a healthy, good mistake every now and then. Okay? Everybody's so good.
Yes, sir.
You got the spell check police. Fuck you. I tried to figure out what the difference is between there and the other there. THERE and THEIR. I can't figure it out. So I just put, sometimes it's like whatever I'm feeling at the moment. If I want to do THERE, I do that. Whatever, let the chips fall where they're going to fall.
Oh, man, this is awesome, man. Mike, you're a good guy, man. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now, man. I appreciate all the inspiration, bro.
All right, cool, man. We'll talk to you soon, my man.
All right, see ya, man. G Moody, last name rhyme with duty, man. Have a nice day, man.
All right, man. You too, Raul.
All right,
see ya.
Yo, it's the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. Who's on the line with us?
How much for the both of us? Oh, wait. Hello?
Oh,
are you there?
Flex Bastard. Now, let me ask you a question, my man.
What you doing, Red?
I'm doing good. Let me ask you a question. You're the fan. You're one of our biggest, most active Rabid fans. And tell the world, tell the podcast community the task at hand. You have been living in an I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast T-shirt for how long? Tell everybody the goal at hand here.
All right, well, as everybody may or may not know, I'm Flex Bastard, holding down the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast in Arkansas. 6'10", 260, size 17 boot, right? So anyway, I got a couple of these Rapaport shirts, the soft ass tees, and they're very comfortable. And so the mission is, at first I said, I'm going to wear this shirt for 360 days. And then somebody said, hey, we're glad you don't fact check this 365 in a year.
Right.
So I got 5 days, on and off. I can put a different shirt on there.
Okay.
But, so anyway, yeah, I'm going to wear the fucking shirt for a year. And people say, what are you doing? You're wearing the same fucking shirt? I'm like, it's not the same fucking shirt. Rap sent me 2 different shirts, and then I got the fucking old school tee. So don't give me that shit.
But are you actually, be straight up, you're rocking the T-shirt at least one part of your day for the next
all day.
That's
not at least one part of my day. All fucking day long. It's not dirty. It don't fucking stink.
Right.
But yeah, all day long, I'm either wearing the, there will be blood, or I got the old school blue fucking tee. I like to break out with the Dodgers hat. Shout out to Mr. Moore, And Big Cam, shout out to Big Cam. In the whole Rapapack fucking fantasy league, the wig piece Dukes, we're fucking holding it down.
Listen, Flex, we're going to try to get the world record book people involved with this.
Oh, yeah, get Guinness in here.
Yeah.
Get Guinness in here. I'll wear this fucking shirt till I'm dead, Rat. I'm repping this shit. I don't know. You didn't just start. This isn't a little fan base.
Right.
You got a fucking family of rabid motherfuckers here that would do anything for you with just a phone call. People don't realize that, Michael Rapaport.
Well, listen, my man, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. We're going to send you some more T-shirts so you have options. And stay in touch with us. Let us know how the 365 days of soft-ass I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast T-shirts is going for you, all right, my man?
Definitely, Rap. I finally got fucking internet back on my phone now, so I'll be sending you some more pictures. Hey, G, I love the fucking beats, G, Moody. I love what you do. You're the man.
All right, Flex.
Hey, can I do something? Hey, Miles, give me a beat. I always wanted to say that. All right, Rap, I love you.
Love you too,
I'll
Flex.
Talk to you later, pal.
All right. Yo, the I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Casper Mattresses. Casper Mattresses is an award-winning company that makes the most ridiculously relaxing, supportive mattresses sold directly to the consumers. Sleek, new designed beds delivered directly to your doorstep in a small box. The Casper mattress is available in 6 sizes and has a 10-year full warranty. It's made and stitched right here in the United States of America. Free 2 to 5 day shipping in the United States and Canada. Casper is so confident in the mattress that it'll give you a 100-night free trial with the mattress. And if you're not happy, Casper will pick up the mattress for free with a full refund. Okay, it'll donate or recycle the mattress to somebody who really appreciates a great night's sleep, a great nap on a lazy afternoon. Go to Casper.com and save $50 using the promo code Rapaport. RAPAPORT. That's Casper Mattresses, CASPER, Casper.com. Check it out. I sleep on one every single night and love it. Oh, we got Morris on the line?
How's it going, gentlemen?
Yo.
Morris, what up?
What's happening? How you guys doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Yo, we'll get into this now because Morris was there on the front line. Yo, Morris, I saw you.
Can I get an introduction real quick?
Yeah, let me give you a proper introduction. Let me give
myself one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know I do it.
Go ahead.
This is Mr. Morris, a.k.a., of course, the security of defense, a.k.a. the pick and stick game is insane, a.k.a. the podcast Viagra, because I'm about to get you motherfuckers up right now.
Ooh. Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
I like that, Morris. The pick and stick game is insane.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Morris,
sir.
your dick pic game is apparently insane. Like, you don't give a fuck. Like, you take pictures
No,
of them.
I shoot them out to everybody. I'm just sharing. It's that whole wheat loaf syndrome I'm giving white women.
Oh shit! Yo, I like that. Now, are you doing just dick pics? Or are you in the pics? Because I know you're not in the pics.
I make sure I'm in the pic. I'll make sure they know it's me. I gotta let them know it's me.
Yo, I respect. Yo, so
my shit is known to be handsome. It's tanned. It's brown. I call it Matthew. It's like Matthew McConaughey. You know, it's that dick.
No doubt.
You don't know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So Morris, I want to bring you in on this conversation. We'll start this.
Yes, sir.
So this tweet that I sent out, I'll read it because I don't want to assume everybody said it. But I sent out a tweet. I'm assuming that most people had heard it. But I sent out a tweet Friday the 9th. It must have been the 9th. And I said this tweet. And it was exactly this. I'll read it verbatim. Hold on one second. It's anybody that kneels on 9/11 is going to get ILO'd and then dropped from my fantasy football team. Think it through, fellas, for real. And then, we talked earlier on this show before you were on, Morris, about some of the responses to it. I talked about it on episode 202. And then the guy from The Root, a.k.a. Black Culture TMZ. That's my opinion. The writer that has been invited onto the show, we haven't been able to. He hasn't been avoiding me, but we haven't been able to schedule it. But he is aware of this live show. But he does have a family guy, so hopefully he has offered times to me. So he's definitely not avoiding me. But I'm looking forward to doing that. But anyway, there's been a lot. It caused a little mini uproar and furor.
Yes, it did.
And you've been on Twitter, sort of getting your hands in the mix and speaking on it. What is your take on Kaepernick kneeling and the protests in general, and specifically kneeling? Because the tweet, let me just say this one more time, and I'm not going to say it anymore. I've said openly before this tweet. I've said it on the Howard Stern show. I've said it on the podcast many times. I'm totally in support of people protesting. Something needs to be done. The violations against people of color recently and historically in this country has to stop. It has to be looked at. It has to be recognized. It's disgusting. It's not a myth. It's not the boogeyman. It's real. And then my opinion was that as far as on 9/11, and this was in the anticipation of being at the New York Jets game and thinking about, are people going to sit down and kneel in front of first responders that I assumed would be there for the pregame ritual. And then I sent the tweet out, and then people. Anyway, I've talked about my side of it. I want to hear other people's opinions. I'll start with you, Morris, and G. Monetti, you could jump in. Are you guys both still on the line?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
Go ahead. So, okay, Morris, so you jump into it, and, kick it real, speak real, and then also talk about some of the Twitter wars.
Yeah, but I'm going to say first, the people that are supporting you right now, a lot of those people were hating you a month ago when you were supporting the people that were against the police because of the violence that was going on. People don't realize that you were very supportive, you and G. I mean, you heard the pain and the honesty in G's voice talking about the violence that was going on, the shootings that were going on. These people that are hating on you now, they don't realize what you guys been preaching on this show,
Right.
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 And to now, I support everything. If you're going to kneel, you do it, you protest. I'm not telling nobody. But at the same time, it frustrated me where I had to jump in, and it wasn't the same old Rapapack jumping on somebody. To somebody that I've met and known and doesn't treat me as that silly guy that makes picks. I've met you many times, and you're real. You're cool with me. You're humble. And that's the guy I know. And them to be saying you're racist. I don't fuck with no racist people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a brown motherfucker that ain't going to be around no racist fuckboy shit. And you ain't that guy. And it frustrates me that you just had an opinion as a New Yorker that's been through that, that's known people. You just said, I'm not down with the kneeling for that. You didn't tell no one to not kneel. And that's what's frustrating.
Right.
How they blew it up to you just saying, I'm telling black people what to do. I'm telling people how to protest. You didn't tell nobody how to protest. You just said you weren't fucking with kneeling on that day, period. And then you joked about the fantasy football, and it got blown to shit, and it was frustrating, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that, and you know, and you know, it's like you never think. I honestly never think that you know, something's going to sort of spread, and you know, and obviously what I said about the kneeling, I was serious. You know, talking about dropping anybody from fantasy football. If you even hear the way we talk about fantasy football,
exactly,
it's not something serious. ILOing is not something serious. The ILOing is you know, the mundane and all that for the people that don't know it. Again, I'd rather like hear, you know, me and G talked a little bit about it earlier. And G, you know, I would just like you to kick the shit that you said to me in private. You know, keep it 100, and you know, you could say all your feelings and all that stuff. Try to you know, go ahead. Like, you know, me and Monetti have known each other since '82. We're like, we're not even friends, we're family, and you know, I want to hear, you know, your opinions on it after seeing some of that shit, and then some people saying, yo, and fuck G Moody, he's this, he's that. Yeah. You're a sellout, and you're Uncle Tom because you fuck with Mike Rapp.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm saying, like, that doesn't need to get. I don't dignify those you know, with responses, because, like you said, I've known you, you've known me for 30 years, so. We know what that's about. Now, the police shit about the kneeling, like I said, you may have worded that wrong, and people jumped on that because historically, the largest society has always dictated to us how we should protest, and they always evoke Martin Luther King. But Martin Luther King got blasted in his head dreaming, you know, like peaceful guy. So people are fed up, and Colin Kaepernick is actually more patriotic than the people who are burning his jersey.
Right. Explain. Why do you say that?
Because Colin Kaepernick is basically holding a mirror to the United States and saying, you're saying all of this, you're that, but how do you treat your black citizen? How do you treat the Latino citizen, right? How do you treat the gays, for that matter, right? So this is what he's doing. And you can't dictate how that man feels and how he's going to express himself. You may not want him to do it in a game, but he's a high-profile guy. Where else would he get so much exposure?
Right. So, no, I hear you. I think it's important, and I think it's a brave stance that he's made, and something has to happen. Something has to happen. But keep going.
Yeah,
keep going, Monetti.
And I think it's a good thing. I think, there's no more sweeping this under the rug. And if we're all patriots, right, we're all Americans, and if this was happening to any other ethnicity, then everybody should be on board and say, yo, we ain't tolerating this from no one. You can't do this to the black people. You can't do this to the Irish. You can't do it to the Jews. It's everybody. Mm-hmm. So if everybody gets on board, this is how you begin to solve it.
Right.
Because when it just looks like it's black people,
yes,
then it's going to be like, oh, it's their problem.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
That's how people view it.
No, I hear you. You know, in all honesty, you know, some of the conversations that I've had with people, including with you, Monetti, and then, you know, even offline with Morris, and in between, you know, the context of it, I understand why people would be angry and you know, frustrated, because people are angry and frustrated in general. And I think, you know, some of that, you know, came, and we're talking about people. Listen, the amount of tweets, we're talking about, you know, 100 people that might have tweeted. You know, it's not even a you know, a contear of amount of people in the big world. But, you know, when you're getting it, and, you know, I'm stupid because I'll respond, and then it sort of adds to it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's my fault. And you know, I have to stop. You know, I have to.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Morris.
Because I was getting hit in the DM of guys that I knew personally that were like, your boy's tripping the way you were responding. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I had to let them know that if they came at you right, they get Michael Rapaport.
Right.
If they're going to come at you just slinging shit, you're going to sling shit back to them. You're the Gringo Mandingo. You're a Rapaport, the one that, you know, you're going to put your defenses up. And you're going to say the craziest shit. And they don't understand if they come at you right on Twitter and want to have a spark an actual conversation that is needed.
Absolutely.
You will have that with them, off or on air, DM, whatever.
Absolutely.
They can get your opinion. But if they're just going to be fuck shit and start comparing you to your characters and saying, oh, you're Remy, that's like saying Anthony Hopkins, is fucking Hannibal, that he eats people just because he does that shit. He might eat the box, but he don't eat people.
Right. I mean, everybody's going to eat the box. Yeah, it's true. It's totally true. And people, a lot of faceless, nameless dudes that were kicking that righteous shit. The first thing I would ask the faceless, nameless dudes is where the white chicks at? where the white chicks at? Because you're so righteous and you're so pro-black, and 99% of the people that I said that to had no response because you're kicking all that righteous shit. And then the other thing I'd say is, what did you do today? What did you do last week? You're talking to me, and I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. Okay, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. But what did you do?
Right.
And a lot of people are living vicariously through these NFL players as if these guys are they're like stars in the air. There's 300-something NFL players, and you're living vicariously through them, and you want them to take a knee and you want them to protest. But what did you do? And what are you going to do? And that's what everybody needs to ask. I've had a lot of, introspection about it and, good conversation about it. And we've said this from the beginning, and I'll say it one more time, is that, one of the goals, and I don't think we had any other goals aside to entertain and make people laugh on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, is to have, uncomfortable, conversations where things could get messy. You could disagree. It could be a safe place to say whatever the fuck you want. And the more you can do that, because but the thing that bothers me is the minute you say something that's deemed as wrong, you're a culture vulture. And like I said in episode 202, you could take all that culture vulture shit, and I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for Monetti, Morris, or anybody else. You talk all that culture vulture shit, I'm not having it. I'm not having it from anybody. I am not having it from anybody because I asked these dudes, you're a culture vulture, and they say, oh, well, you're appropriating black culture. Okay, and then they say, well, it's the way you talk, the slang. Okay, and if you speak properly, what culture are you appropriating? That's my question to anybody like that. So, that being said, Morris, I can't tell you how much the support genuinely means to me. You're on the front lines, and I was going to ask you, are you making it out to Vegas? And what can we do to help make you come out to Vegas? Because we're going to be out there, and we're going to chill, and I'm trying to become an ordained minister and marry somebody out in Vegas. So will you make it out to Vegas, Morris?
I got my Stickman shirt that I'm not wearing because I'm trying to earn that shirt before I put it on. So when I have it on in Vegas, because I'm going to be there, it's just going to go down. That's why I'm going to, you know what I mean? So I'm going to be there. I got to be there. It's Rapacon. How can we not be there? Everybody that's a fan of the show that's close enough needs to be there. You're in Phoenix. Come out Sunday night.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
Come to that. I mean, it's going to be live. I've seen more than one show, and you can't miss it. Trust me. You got to get your tickets if you haven't got it yet.
Yeah, Siegfried and Roy ain't got shit on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast.
Yep. Word up.
Before I get off this line, though, can I give a big shout out to somebody else that's on the front lines, and that's my boy from Australia.
Yes.
I don't know the dude personally. That's like a brother to me. But he's also the Debo of the fucking Rapapack. When we see him come in our mentions, motherfuckers are running. Yeah. Because they know he does not fucking play.
No.
This dude goes in for your wife, your kids, your sister. He's doing everything. I mean, I have to calm him down and be like, get rap out of them mentions. Because we don't need him part of this. We don't need to see this. Turn his head.
Australian Rapapack is that guy. He doesn't
wait till
play.
we go out there.
Oh, we got to do the tour out there.
Australia. Yeah. I got my motherfucking passport. I'm ready to roll with the team. I'm just letting you guys know.
Hey, I think we could. You know what, Morris? Can you stay on the line?
Yes, sir.
All right, because we're going to bring in another call. I don't know who it is, but he wants to talk about 9/11 Nice. So we'll the more the merrier. What is his name?
Yes.
Frank. Frank.
Yo.
Frank. Is this your name? Is Frank?
Yeah, Frank.
How you doing, Frank? This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. You're on with me, Michael Rapaport, G. Monetti, a.k.a. G. Moody, last name rhymes with duty, and Mr. Morris from the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast clan.
What are you doing, sir?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
How's it going? What do you want to talk about? We're talking about anything and everything.
Listen, so I'm from New York. I'm from Long Island. And just wanted to talk about that infamous tweet real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have too much of an opinion to put forth, but on the issues and all that. But I just think anyone who's giving you shit on Twitter about that isn't from New York, because if they were there that day, I think they'd understand why you don't think people should be taking these for that day.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you, and you know, and we were talking about it earlier. You know, G, you could give the abbreviated version to Frank to bring him up to speed on what your point of view is. And G Monetti, we clown around, say G Monetti, you've said sometimes you speak for all black people, but just in speaking for yourself, talk about your opinion on that, G Monetti. Quick.
I think the 9/11 thing is separate from what they're trying to
Exactly.
let the world know or whatever. It's separate. It's not a thumbing the nose at the first responders. This thing is going on, and it's going to continue to go on until that's what it's doing. It's bringing life. 9/11 is separate, but the police brutality and the treatment of the citizens, of certain citizens, is getting out of control, and it historically has been that way. So it's going to stay. They're going to kneel, and it's never in the face of 9/11. No one would be as crass and low class as to try to diss these people. So I think that's what people getting it mixed up. And he's doing this. This guy got a lot of balls. He threw away a lot of his shit for this. So it's separate from 9/11. It's not, I'm gonna do this and fuck 9/11. No way. It's not that.
Rap talked to a guy last night that lost his wife in 9/11, and he said if he wouldn't still kneel on 9/11 because he believes in the cause, and that was a strong statement that he said. And
yeah, that was
he was been through it, and he lost a wife. He said it's a reminder every time 9/11 comes about his wife, and he has, he believes in the cause that while they're kneeling and everything, and that was a strong call. Yes, that whole conversation you guys had yesterday is a needed conversation.
Yeah, that was really good. It was on the In the Paint radio show. Those guys were good, and it was funny because that was one of the people who he said "fuck you, Mike Rapp," and then
exactly.
And then I said something back to him, and then he said something else, and then I said, "Oh, you got a radio show? Let me come on." And then I went on, and I actually the guy, his name is Dev. That was speaking. It was powerful. He's a black dude. He lost his wife on 9/11, and I said, and his point of view is his point of view, and there's other people's point of view. That's the thing. Not everybody is going to see anything. Not everybody's going to see the Knicks. If you're a Knicks fan, not everybody's going to see the Knicks the same way. You look at the sky. Yeah. Somebody's going to see the most beautiful sky in the world. Somebody could be having the bad day. They don't see it. You could be. Some people love drinking Snapple Peach. Some people will be like, that's disgusting. I only drink Snapple green tea. It's like people don't see, think, and feel the same way. It's never going to happen that there's a collective. One of the things that was bothering me with the Twitter stuff is one person would be saying we. I say, who are you a spokesperson for? There's no we.
Right. Yeah, well, that's...
Don't try to act like, we collectively. You speaking for millions and millions of other people on this planet because you're mad about my tweet. There's no we. You can't speak for anybody but yourself. You got a problem? That's cool, but don't we, us. I'm not having any of that shit. It's ridiculous, especially if you're rude. So anyway, Frank, I appreciate the call. What part of Long Island are you in?
Nassau County, Garden City.
Okay, cool. How long have you been listening to the podcast?
Almost day one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Early
Frank.
on.
Yes, sir.
Frank, that's what I'm talking about, man. Have you gotten yourself a soft-ass Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast t-shirt?
Hell yeah, I got one of the first generation.
Fuck yeah,
one of the
Frank.
early ones.
Yeah, that's an OG pack member right there.
Yo, I like this fucking guy, Frank. All right, listen, Frank, I'm going to get some other calls. I appreciate the support, man. Frank, and keep listening to the show and keep giving your support and keep, I encourage everybody with no end goal or agenda to keep open minds, keep talking to people and everybody try to keep, moving things forward however you can, even if it's the tiniest way. Morris, you can stay on the line if you want. And Frank,
yes, sir. Of course,
I'll talk to you soon, Frank.
Keep it real.
Thank you, Frank. Who do we got now? Okay, we got. This is going to be a good call. Dev.
What up, boy? What's going on?
Yo, we were just talking about you. This is me, Michael Rapaport, and I have G Moody, a.k.a. G Monetti, who's from Brownsville. You guys probably know people in common. He's the co-host.
Decepticons all day long, so he know what that means.
and then Mr. Morris, who's a big fan and supporter and the Secretary of Defense of the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast, and he actually heard the conversation that we had on In the Paint last night. Let me just give some context.
Okay.
We were just talking about the conversation. You know, the conversation that we had with everybody was I thought was great and needed. And you know, after I got off the phone, you know, I had told my lady specifically about, you know, what you were saying, because I was moved by it. You know, I thought it was powerful. I thought it was. It just threw me off. Like it was like you know what you've dealt with in your life and your point of view. And so if you could just break that down, and then we'll start talking about that stuff. And I'm glad you called.
Okay, no problem, man. Like we were discussing last night. Well, as you know, we were talking about 9/11. I lost my wife in 9/11, and you know, Mike tweeted about how strongly he felt about the guys not sitting down during the flag. And I told him, I was like, with what's going on with our people, I wouldn't care if it was 9/11 or any day. We got to be consistent with what we do, because of the simple fact that it ain't going to stop because it's 9/11 for what's going on with us. And I told him, I said, and I lost my wife in 9/11, so I understand the respect factor that you're coming from. And I knew exactly where Mike was coming from because of the tragedy that it was. And it was just a great conversation, man. You know, two people just vibing with each other, and I just gave him this my feel. I only can keep it real. What's going on with the police brutality and the things with our people, man, is something that we have to stay consistently on daily, regardless what the situation is, whether 9/11 or anything. We have to continue to keep that fight going.
Yeah, no.
And can I add one? This thing with us has been going on for 200 years.
Yes, sir.
Remember in the OJ documentary, 30 for 30? Didn't you see the police brutality in 63 in Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
It was just attacking the black citizens of Watts. This is what we're talking about. That's real. This is going on for centuries.
Right. No, it needs to be dealt with.
Enough's enough.
Absolutely. No, it's disgusting. And as I've said before, and I said it last night, I'm not sure if it was on the phone when you were on, Dev, it's like you there is no footage of you know, a white Jewish guy getting pulled out of his car in Soho and getting his head smashed on the ground. You know, and if there is no footage of, God forbid, you know, it's also like, you know, because we start to get into comparing tragedies. Right. Like, well, this happened. Oh, but this happened, and this is worse than that. It's not a thumb wrestling contest. It's not a ping pong match.
Right.
There's no winner.
Right.
It's all tragic.
There's no winner.
There is no winner, and you know this, but there's no footage of some young, you know, Jewish girl playing with a BB gun and getting shot by the cops, like, you know, Tamir Rice, and there's no footage of, you know, some you know, white guy agent in Beverly Hills, you know, on his phone outside the health club getting choked out like Eric Garner, and it's not just coincidence,
right?
You know, right. and I'm well aware of that, you know, and it was crazy because you told me, Dev, that I met you at Shawn Price's memorial, right?
Right. Yep. So we met. We were out. I don't know if you remember. I pulled up in the Suburban truck, and we were looking. I said, "Yo, what's up, Mike?" And you came up. We hugged each other, and we just looked at each other, and the tears just started because it was just crazy, man. That was a horrible situation, man. You know, losing my brother. That me and Shawn Price go back to high school. Like, you know, I don't know if you heard of the crew of the Decepticons. Well, I'm one of the original Decepticon guys.
Oh shit!
And, that Shawn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it just going back to them, man. You know, that was definitely a loss. And when I saw you there, I had to give you all the props in the world because I was like, yo, here it is. You came in the belly of the beast. You know what I'm saying? To rep for my dude, and that's why you got my props. So when I heard you was on the show last night, I was like, I got to say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you felt about the situation, because you only speak it from your understanding, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just that's where we met at.
Yeah,
we definitely met at.
That was crazy. That was an emotional emotional day.
Yeah, that was a crazy day.
So what part of Brooklyn are you from?
Bed-Stuy, born and raised.
Okay, cool, cool. All right, yo, Dev, man, I like I said, you talking last night and talking today, and hearing you and the way you articulate yourself, it made an impression on me, man. And I would love to meet up again. Dev invited me to go to a game. He said he was going to wear a David Duke mask, and he was going to get me a Malcolm X mask.
No, David Duke jacket, and you was going to wear the Malcolm X jacket.
Right.
The mask, you do the mask too. That's dope. The jacket and the mask.
Yeah, fuck it, man. We'll wait till October. We'll go in a full Halloween costume, and we'll kneel and during the game, and we'll trip people out. So we'll do that.
Let's make that shit happen. Let's do it, bro. I'm with it, man. I'm with that. That's something dope.
I appreciate the phone call, and I appreciate your honesty and the conversation, my man. And I look forward to seeing you, again, my friend.
All right, cool. You got my numbers now, man. Anytime, hit me up. When you in New York, hit me up, man.
All right,
and we can get together. All right, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for inviting me on.
All right, peace.
Peace, y'all. Peace, everybody on the set. Peace.
This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I'm going to tell you something. If you want to play me in fantasy football, we have it lined up. So many people came to dance with the Dingo in week 1 of NFL. If you want to play me, go to www.draftkings.com/I Am Rapaport. DraftKings made us our own league. That means no one's going to get kicked out. Nobody's going to be like, I tried to dance with you, Dingo. They gave me my money back, Dingo. Dude, we could go head-to-head. No, Bruno. We could do teams. We're going to challenge other podcasts. I want the Barstool guys. I want their best fantasy players to come in to the monkey cage, and we could dance. And let me tell you something. Anybody that comes into the monkey cage for fantasy football, you're not coming out the same, okay? Even if you win, the little piece of you is going to be left behind in that cage. So go to www.draftkings.com/I Am Rapaport. Use the promo code Rapaport, and we can dance all season long. All right, we're going to start playing. I don't even know. Yo, Monetti, I don't know anything about baseball. You don't know anything about baseball. We're going to do blind picks, and we're going to start cracking asses in fantasy baseball. That's how confident I am about it. Like, Monetti, can you name 5 baseball players right now?
Ortiz.
What's his first name?
David Ortiz.
Okay.
Yolandis, whatever it's Cepeda.
Okay, you don't know. You can't pronounce his last name correctly. Go ahead. That's 2.
I don't know.
Okay, I can't. I definitely can't name 5. Maybe if I started with CC Sabathia, I could squeeze out 5. But I'm telling you right now, I'm so confident in my fantasy prowess across the board. But that we're going to start playing people in fantasy football, in fantasy baseball before the season's over. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Doug Gottlieb, and I've got my own brand new podcast called Dug In. What we do is we take the absolute best interviews from the week, and we cut them up, and we present it in a nice little tight package, and I think you'll love it. Plus, I have unique commentary that I only reserve for the podcast. See, we give you the inside of the Doug Gottlieb Show. You can get it by going to play.it/Dugin or search Dug In on iTunes. Love if you join me. That's Dug In. Search on iTunes or play.it/Dugin.
All right. The official cop of San Jose. How you doing? It's the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. You're on with G. Moody and Michael Rapaport.
What's up, man? This is crazy. I get online with you, man. I am a huge fan. I got hooked on the show about 115 episodes in.
Wow.
And then I've been listening I go all the way back and try to listen to them all. And anytime you don't have a new, fresh show on, I just bust on one of the old shows and listen to it and enjoy it.
Damn, that's nice, man. That's good to hear.
I've been a fan of yours since way back, man. Like Dick Ritchie, dude, like back then, man. And I've always followed you, and I appreciate all the stuff that you put out. And now I'm a new fan of Mr. Moody. Last name rhymes with Duty, man. I like listening to both of you, man. I love it.
Thank you so much, man.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. That's so good to hear, man. We appreciate the support. I love that you're all in. And what do you got for us today? You got any questions, any concerns, anything you want to get off your chest?
man, I just wanted to thank you guys, man, for bringing this out there. I never even heard of a podcast until somebody told me about your podcast on the Twitter. And then I'm like, man, I like Michael Rapaport. I'm going to check it out. And I just got straight up hooked on it. But I'm a policeman out here in San Jose, and I want to be your official cop. Man, like when stuff goes down, you call me and say, hey, you know, what's the policy on this or policy on that? And because I've been doing this 19 years.
Wow.
And I
First
just wanted
of all,
to be your guy.
You're in.
You're the guy.
You're in.
I'll tell you something real quick that happened yesterday. Yesterday, man, 20 years, Tupac passed away, right? Because I'm a big fan of hip-hop, too, man. And I'm patrolling the streets, and I heard this girl, she's bumping her Tupac yesterday, right? Because 20-year anniversary. And I looked over, and I wanted to acknowledge, like, hey, I feel you, you know.
And did she see you? Like, well, she must have been tripped out that a cop was like, why, like acknowledging that.
You know, it was sad, man. She looked at me with the hate in her eye, bro. And I just wanted to like say, hey, I hear you bumping Tupac. I feel you. I know it's 20 years. I'm a fan of hip hop.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a white cop though, man, and it's sad because there's a lot of good cops out there, and a lot of cops that are into the culture. You know, and I saw when the people were hating on you, calling you a culture vulture, and man, that wasn't right.
Right.
You're live, dude. You know, you had like the experience with all them dudes.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. Let me ask you a question. Has you've been a cop for 19 years? Has the sort of the way you're sort of looked at in general, you know, changed recently? Has it always been that way? You know, talk to me about what it is like, you know, to be a cop now and what it was like to be a cop 19 years ago.
So check this out, man. I started with the LAPD in 1997.
Wow.
And, you know, it was, at the time, it was the most hated police department in the country. But, man, I was just a young kid just enjoying the job. And but now, with this social media, man, there's just a lot of hate out there. There's a lot of, you know, like you put on your site, man, it's the keyboard karate. You know, they sit behind the keyboards and they hate on the police, but there's a lot of good dudes out there, man. We don't like when there's bad cops. We don't like them bad apples.
Right.
And we don't protect them, man.
Right.
We do not protect them because they make it bad for the rest of us.
Right. Are you aware of them? Like, you know, without being too specific, you know, are you aware of guys that you're like, I don't get a good feeling about this guy?
Right. And like, you know what? It's like, man, I don't want to work around that dude. I don't want to be around that guy. But
Wow.
I mean, it's very few. To be completely straight up with you, man, there are very few. There's a lot of good dudes that just want to be out there and do the right thing. But just like yesterday, man, it was sad because I wanted to show some acknowledgement to this girl who was bumping Pac on the 20-year death of his anniversary, you know what I'm saying? And then she just looked at me with just anger, like I was looking at her because her music was too loud, not because I felt, you know, the hip-hop culture of it. And, like, I'm a fan of Pac.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to look at her, and I was listening to your podcast when it was going down.
Oh,
I had your podcast playing on my iPhone on the visor.
Wow.
I heard Pac bumping. I look over, and I look at her to, like, hey, what's up? Yeah, 20 years, right? And then it was just the look in her eye. It was like, you know, she probably had some bad run-ins or something. I don't know.
Right.
Well,
it was sad.
Well, listen, I want to tell you, first of all, you're the official cop of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. Congratulations. I don't know if that means anything to you, but it means a lot to us.
Hey, that means the world to me, man, because I'm a huge fan. I gave the producer my cell phone number to call me back on. This is my home line.
Cool.
But you got my cell phone number. I'd like to hook you and G Moody up with some San Jose PD hats. I'm in the Bomb Squad, too. So I could get you guys a couple Bomb Squad hats, a couple Bomb Squad coins. I'd like to get that out to you because I'm a huge fan, dude.
Yeah, we're going to give it to you. We got your information. We're going to give it to you. I want to tell you we appreciate, you know, your service and you know and protecting and taking care of everybody. And I wish you you know safe you know time doing it and I don't take it for granted. And I appreciate the support for the podcast and I appreciate what you do. You know, putting on the line every day to protect you know people.
Hey, thank you, man. And you know what? I'm new to the whole Twitter thing, too, and I put it out on Twitter. I said, man, if you hear, you know, Mr. Moody or you hear Michael Rapaport mention anything, just stop and check it out. They talked about, you know, EPMD, you know, pause it. play that stuff, you know, because that's classic stuff.
Right.
Anything they mention, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna put that good stuff out. So I appreciate the call. We'll get that stuff to us, and we would love to rock it. We appreciate the support, and keep on doing your thing, and we're gonna keep doing our thing, and hopefully we'll give you some mental breaks when you're on the job.
Absolutely. Yep. And you guys have any questions that come up in law enforcement, just, they got my number, man. You hit me up on the cell phone. I'll pick it up anytime.
All right, cool, man. That'll be good. We can have some good conversations.
All right. Thanks, man. This made my day, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. It made our day, too. This is the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast. What's your name?
Shay.
Shay, what's up?
Shay. What's going on, Mike? I just had a question. I wanted to know what it was like being in a movie, going from a movie like Higher Learning, working on the Singleton, and then being in such a star-studded ensemble cast with De Niro and Keitel and Stallone in Copland, because I'm an aspiring actor from New York, and I was wondering if you had any advice.
Well, first of all, my first piece of advice is, if you're going to do it all in. This business is too competitive and too challenging to just dip your toe in it. It has to be something that you have to do. It can't be a side project or a side idea. That's my piece of advice. In a general, broad scope, it has less to do with talent and more to do with a mentality of a can't look back, can't stop, won't stop, forward thinking mentality. That's number one. As far as working on Higher Learning, that was a great movie. I got to work with people that I grew up watching before I even started acting. I was a fan of Ice Cube's from his music, from NWA. So to be on a set with him and playing a character that was cursing and saying all that.
Intimidating?
It was intimidating, not intimidating in a sense of like a fight, but it was intimidating because I'm looking at him and I'm like, I've looked at this dude, like we shot the movie in like 95 and then I'm like, I've been watching this dude, for like the last 6 or 7 years, like and his voice and the way he looks, it's so specific. And this is coming off Boys in the Hood. So it was such a he's had like a few, like, just when you think his career is at another high point, it goes even higher, and
was that a sense of accomplishment? Like, I'm here, I made it, now I got to keep going and I keep doing what I'm doing.
Totally a sense of accomplishment. And then, of course, working with the guys in Copland, it was like out-of-body experience. When I was working. But, like, as soon as, in between cut and action, I'm there. I'm not thinking about, who I'm with. I'm like, focused on the scene. But, in between takes and in between, setups and all, like, I'm like, I was literally floating around doing that movie. Literally.
That's awesome, man. I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of your work. I grew up watching it. It's guys like you from New York that make me want to keep grinding and not look back, because I've overcome some hard troubles in my life, and if anyone has the will to get over it and like you said, just keep grinding and looking forward, like all in, all or nothing, that's me. And I really appreciate you taking the time out for the call and giving me that advice. It was great hearing, man.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the support. And, and like I said, the most important thing is to just, keep, as far as being an artist, keep putting good things into your mind. Keep, keep your imagination going, and just try to absorb as much as you can, because at a certain point, it's gonna sort of purge out of you and work for you. So thanks for the support of the show. We're gonna keep it moving, and hopefully we'll hear from you again, my friend.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Rapaport. Have a great night, all right?
All right, yes. Yo, Zach, what's good?
Oh, shit. Hey, Rap, how you doing, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
How you doing?
I'm good. You're on the phone with Mr. Moody and the Gringo Mandingo.
What up? How you guys doing? Hey, I'm a dude from Jersey. I'm a hip-hop dude. Just graduated college, 22, so I've been working. Listen to the podcast, grinding out every day. So it's been great for the commute, getting to work. So I know you guys talking about the drag hop and all that. And I'm young, so I listen to that shit and all that. So I understand where you guys are coming from. So I want to know, who do you guys think with the new age of hip hop? Who's that true hip hop, like how you guys talk about it? 'Cause, I got 3 older brothers, so they talk about, all the old hip hop. But I want to know, who do you guys find in the new class, like the new class? Who is that real hip hop that you think could carry the torch for the future?
Well, I'll start it off first. I think obviously Kendrick Lamar. I think the ASAP mob dudes, have something special. I think that I think Kanye's sort of past it because he's older now. And he's a veteran now.
Yeah.
He's a second.
He's not graduation mode anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he's exciting. I think Joey Badass is good. Who else? I'm forgetting people.
Cole.
Say it again.
J. Cole.
Yeah, he's good. He's talented.
Yeah.
I like his songs. He's a good songwriter. He's conscious. He's versatile. There's good guys. There's definitely good guys. We try to keep it balanced in terms of being critical and also giving props to the dudes that deserve it. What about you, Mr. Monetti?
Yeah, I pretty much echo what you said, man. You're pretty much the same. Joel Ortiz is another cat that's dope.
He's dope.
But pretty much whatever you said.
Yeah. I think we're in a good agreement. We've had musical. We've shared music and excitement for music. That's one of the ways that Mr. Monetti and myself, we shared that in common in '82 when hip hop, was something that. It was so new and so sort of, evolving moment to moment, right. Day to day. I remember specifically, like sharing little beat tapes that we record off of 98.7 and 107.5, and even WKTU Disco 92 was still rocking back then, and they had their little rap shows. So whenever you got it, it was precious. So it was a different time, and let's say it was better or worse. It was different, and all things change and evolve, and hopefully the music will continue to improve and grow, and not get bogged down by the instant access to putting music out there. I think one of the big things that's lost is that when a person had a chance to put out a single. Back in the days, I say back in the days because it's not just one collective.
Not one day.
It's not one day. It's not one day. So, people say back in the day. Well, what day? I say days as a whole. That's just something I say. But like back in the days on the Boulevard of Linden, like Tribe Called Quest said, back in the days.
We used to kick routines and the presence was fit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm young, but I know it a bit.
No doubt.
You guys are like a time capsule for me, so I get to relate.
Absolutely.
Try to relate and try to keep back.
Absolutely. So anyway, so hopefully the music will continue to be balanced. That's just the thing that I hope. I hope that it's balanced. If I was thinking about this, Tupac and Biggie Smalls are still revered. Right now, they're still respected and revered, but for some reason, the guys before them, a lot of them, they're not treated with the same respect. But if you listen to Tupac and Biggie, their music, their sentiment are the same guys that you sort of brush under the rug. Tupac and Biggie are from that first tier of hip hop, that first generation. Like they're the same. They would have been around the same ages as me and Mr. Monetti. They're a little bit younger than us. But like Biggie, he came up on the same era, the same mixtapes. Peace to Ron G, Kid Capri, and all that stuff. And he knew what it was. But for some reason, because these guys passed, they're still revered. They're so revered because they're martyrs. But Rakim and Big Daddy Kane are like, they're not treated like the stars that they are. They should be treated like, Mick Jagger, Peter Frampton, and the classic rock dudes. But in hip hop, for some reason, they're just sort of like, they're like forgotten about. Like, oh yeah, there's those guys. Kool Moe D. Oh, there's that guy. Now you should be excited when Kool Moe D walks in a room. You should be. Your heart should be. Should race faster when you see KRS-One. It shouldn't just be you're seeing some. Oh yeah, that's that guy. No, you should be as excited as you are to see, Paul McCartney. So, in my opinion, so
these guys are like Miles Davis and Coltrane in hip hop genre.
Exactly. So anyway, I appreciate.
I mean, relating to my age, I know when you hear like the Biggie and Pac, they got some songs that the girls can vibe to, and they're party songs that are popular. I know like people be playing that and they don't know Tribe or anything like that. So I'm like, yo, like listen to this. A lot of my roommates like, yo, listen to this. I know I have one thing for you guys. I have a little verse. It's a I Am Rapaport theme verse. I don't know if you want me to go a cappella. I do like Sticks by Moody Beats. We could lace that up with it. But if you want, I can spit some bars for you and see where we're at.
Yeah,
I know
spit.
it's a hip-hop podcast. You got to keep it hip-hop.
Oh, yeah, no, spit. Spit right now. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I would beatbox for you, but I think it would throw anybody off.
Hard body, karate, I call the body. I stay up on the ice like the boy was playing hockey. I come from fucking Philly, Duke. You know I fucks with Rocky. Rapaport and G Monetti, flows you cannot copy. I'm with Stan Van Gundy and we cooling in the tropics. Flying over water with a stripper in the cockpit. Van Gundy got the ooh-wee, you know I'm finna snock it. Patino out here freaking off, yo, you need to stop it. You sick fucks see on the great skies, Bobby and Whitney. No fact checking, believe it or not, like it's Ripley. I come up on the spot with the cream cheese and locks. These cats be looking for the keys, but I got the lock. When I pull up on the lock, yeah, you know I got the lock. It's the I Am Rapaport, the show never stops.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yo, I appreciate
I did it over stick, but yo, Moody, you gotta loop them beats longer so I can actually do it. It cuts off before I finish the 16.
That's what I was telling Monetti. Gerald, yo, what do we got to do? Let these guys rock. You send me the beats. I'm just starting to get my head movement.
This is, crazy. I just rapped to Michael Rapaport and G Moody, G Monetti like this. This is crazy as it is. So.
Well, we appreciate the support. We're going to encourage Monetti to let the beats rock for at least 2 more minutes, and keep with us. We're going to keep giving you the fire, and thank you for the support. We're going to take some other calls now.
Yeah, I appreciate it, boys. Hey, keep bringing the heat. I got all my boys saying Duke and money and all that, so keep the lingo coming. So we're going to keep on saying it. People are like, yo, why are you calling me money? Like, why are you doing that? You don't know, man. It's all right.
Keep spreading the word, man.
Word. Hey, will do.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. Home to top sports on-demand programming, including CBS sports experts and digital exclusives from dynamic personalities.
Hey, join me, Taz.
Holy Magic Man Malinaji, 2-time world champion.
Hey, it's Boomer and Carton.
Hey, this is Tim Marchman from Deadspin.
Let's pound the pavement and get some news.
Let's hand out some fantasy football advice.
Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
The most addictive sports podcast today.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
All right, Aaron in Vancouver, this is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. You're on the air with me, the Gringo Mandingo, and G Moody. If you haven't figured out his last name, it rhymes with duty.
Yes, 100% it rhymes with duty. What's up, fellas? How you doing?
What up?
Just trying to live, man. Just trying to live. I just wanted to say, give you guys a big shout out. Really appreciate the show. It's been a life changer, man. You guys bring a smile to my face. And I also love when you guys get real on a lot of the opinions and stuff, and I love to hear what you guys have to say. G Moody, you're like, I don't even know, man. You're slick as hell. It's dope. It's dope to hear, man. And I know you guys got lots of callers and everything, but Rapaport, I just have one question for you. A big fan of the Beats, Rhymes, and Life documentary. Mm-hmm. And I was actually at that show. I believe you filmed it at the Gorge, the Rock the Bells concert. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was there, and I just always wondered. I was there, man. I saw Mos Def, Nas, right? They were all there. Cool Kids, Layla, Farside.
It was a good show.
Anyways, I just wanted to know, man, what was going through your mind when you guys were filming, and then that huge argument broke out? Like, I'm assuming those are some of your heroes, also people that you just grew up like. I'm sure it was crazy just to even get in and do that film and that documentary, but like, what was going through your head when you just see like this huge beef happening with maybe one of your favorite groups of all time?
Well, first of all, I appreciate that. Second of all, I don't want to say it wasn't huge. It was very emotional. And what was going through my mind is it hurt me because I can relate. You know, at the end of the day, it's like they're a Tribe Called Quest, but at the end of the day, they're a family. Obviously, with the passing of the great Phife Dawg, the Tribe Called Quest, the music will just have to live on. But I had a lot of feelings. Making that movie was a pleasure. It was an honor. It was a challenge. I am so glad that we were able to do it and that it's there for the people. Making a film, making a documentary is a hard thing, especially when you're making it about people that you really, really love and respect. But you have to tell a story that might make people a little uncomfortable. But, we did it at the end of the day. I think everybody, for the most part, is in agreement that they appreciate it and love the film. I get compliments on it all the time. And, they're a very important, part of music. Outside of hip hop, part of music they're just as important as anybody else in the last 30, 40 years of music. They're classic American music, and that music will live forever. That music by A Tribe Called Quest will live on forever because it'll never go out of style. The majority of it is perfection. So it was a great honor to make that film.
100%, man. I really appreciate you producing and film. That film is it's epic, man. I've watched it a dozen times, and it's really, really good. G Moody, before you guys get rid of me, you versus Rapaport. You guys never talk about this on the podcast. One-on-one, game to 5, max 3 dribbles, possession. You get ball first. Give me the score.
You talking about now?
Yeah, right now. Not in your heyday, not in the prime.
How many points is the game?
5. Everything's 1.
Can it be to 3? Because I think 5. Do you think we can make it to 5?
I can't go to 5.
So let's play the game to 3. I'm gonna have to go with myself because I just feel like in one-on-one, let me tell you something. This is no bullshit. G Moody was as good as anybody else in New York City at the time. Now, I'm not saying he was as great, but he can play with the best of them. That's real talk. I wasn't on his level in terms of the competition. But G, I think you'll say this. You were never like a good, like when guys would play actual one-on-one, that wasn't something you were like particularly great at, right?
I wasn't good at that too. Yeah, no.
Because you were better, like a 5-on-5 guy, I was, and I think being a left-handed guy, it's always hard to beat somebody in one-on-one because there's just an awkward thing. So I'm gonna right now game to 3, just like I would in the '90s, even though Monetti was clearly better than me, and I felt like I could beat him in one-on-one. Then I'm gonna say me, Mike Rapp. I'm gonna crack that ass, Moody. Games to 3.
Wow. Yeah, I'll keep it to you, man, because that's not my thing.
Yeah, and as bad a shape as I am in right now, I know that I'm in better shape than G Monetti.
Yes, you are.
Moody ain't rocking the hot yoga, huh?
Moody, are you doing any hot yoga?
No, hell no.
Okay. All right, well, listen, thanks for the call.
I'll let you guys go, man. I really appreciate you taking the call. Much love to the Rapapack. I follow the whole group chat on Twitter. Those guys and girls are hilarious, man. Thanks you for doing your thing, and shout out from Vancouver. Make it up here one day.
Oh, we would love that. We would love that.
Yes, sir,
that would be a great place to start the world tour to make it actually, other places in the world. So thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shiloh.
Yo, what's happening? What's the good word, fellas?
Yeah, the good word is fantastic. How you doing?
Good. Just calling you guys from Santa Cruz, California. I just wanted to say thank you for your podcast. It's going great. Love everything about it. I love the fact that, I hit you guys up on Instagram, send you a picture or something. Like an hour later, you guys respond. It's cool how you guys reach out to your fans. I appreciate it.
Well,
thank you.
We appreciate that you appreciate it. You might want to think about feeling bad for us because the fact that we have so much time on our hands that we could reach out to every single fan that hits us it says a little bit about us. It works for you guys, but it's a sad reality for me and G Monetti. But we appreciate the support. Now, you're in Santa Cruz. Let me ask you a question. Is the weed culture in Santa Cruz like heightened compared to even like other parts of California? Because you always hear about the weed in Santa Cruz before it was legalized. Well, what is it like up there now? I'm not gonna. You don't have to say whether or not you partake in it. But what is the weed culture like as far as Santa Cruz? Like, do you grow up knowing about weed? Like you learn about Barney, and then the difference between sativa and indica?
Well, I grew up in El Segundo in Los Angeles, where Red Fox said where the sewer meets the sea. But I've lived up here for 7 years, and you know what? It's laid back. It's probably more laid back than LA. You could walk around downtown. You'll take whiffs. You'll smell someone smoking a joint. The cops aren't going to stop you. They have other shit to do. I mean, they should be doing better shit. But realistically, no one gives a shit. You have friends all over that are growing in mountains or whatever, but overall it's really laid back, and it's just not enforced up here. I mean, obviously you have a certain amount, someone's going to get in trouble, but walking around puffing on something, no, you're not getting stopped.
Right. That's like drinking a Snapple up there.
100%. Yeah, I got a quick question, though. You know, this world tour, I know you guys wouldn't come to Santa Cruz, but is San Francisco anywhere on the list at all?
Well, yo, listen, we're not objecting to Santa Cruz, San Francisco, El Segundo, any place.
Mars.
Absolutely. So we would love to come to San Francisco, or anywhere else. We're taking the tour everywhere where we're wanted.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, you're well wanted up here, man. We'd love to see you up here. I'd love to see you in Santa Cruz. That'd be great, but no problem driving that hour and a half up to the city. Hey, Moody, about those Moody beats, I heard a caller say earlier about extending them out. I've been playing them at my house, and I love them. I downloaded that app just for your music, and I actually put it on at a barbecue at our house the other day, not knowing that they were 30 seconds long. And 2 songs into it, people were looking at us like, wait, what the hell are you playing here?
There you go.
Everyone was starting to get into it. But
there you go.
If you could put it on longer,
I got you.
That'd be great. We really love that.
It's every person has said that. You're the second person that said that tonight. So now Moody's going to let the beats go for at least 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes is a good amount of time, or 90 seconds. It should be between 90 seconds and 2 minutes, Mr. Moody.
Yes, got you. 90
I got one last question. Hey, I just want a record of the day: hip hop, jazz, or funk? Something I should be picking up tonight.
You got to give him something, G.
Hip hop and the jazz. That'd be good.
You got that Diamond D, stunts, blunts, and hip hop. Diamond D, and it's psychotic, neurotic.
That's a great. I'll give you a record that I was listening to earlier today. Eric Dolphy. It's a little bit avant-garde, but not too avant-garde. But it's definitely, I wouldn't say it's easy listening jazz, but Eric Dolphy out there. I love that record, and I love everything about him. I find his music to be thought-provoking. So I would say Eric Dolphy. If you're getting out there, you should get out to lunch because they're sort of like companion pieces. So Eric Dolphy, Out There and Out to Lunch. Those are the 2 jazz records of the day from the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast.
Hey, all right, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Look forward to hopefully seeing you in my town or somewhere nearby soon, man. Thank you guys very much.
All right, bro.
Yo, Melly Mel, what's good?
Agent Rap, what's going on, man?
Everything's good. How you doing?
Good, man. What's going on, G Moody? What's good?
Everything's good, bro. What's up?
Hey, man, I hope you guys don't mind me asking. I don't know what direction the podcast was going, man, but I just want to ask in a general question for you guys, or I could answer this. Hey, man, if Comedy Central were to give you a call and say, hey, man, we want to have you on the show and roast someone, a celebrity or anyone important, who would you roast and why? And there's a 2-part to this question. And if Comedy Central wanted to invite you to get roasted, who would you have as your host, and who would you have as your 5 guests to roast you?
Jesus, that's a good question. That's a good question. Man, I don't know. I mean, I think Bieber would have been easy pickings. You know who would be good to get roasted? You know who would be good? It would be good for him? Kanye. If Kanye was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. It's sort of like, shows. I mean, it's a hot seat because when they did Bieber, they destroyed him. But if Kanye wanted to really sort of show that he doesn't take himself seriously, and it's a brave thing to do because Bieber doing it, he didn't need to do that. Kanye would be someone that I would love to roast. I think it would be good. And as far as me getting roasted, you got to have Jeffrey Ross because he's the best in the business. I think that Kevin Hart, he's going to shoot firecrackers at you. Who else would be good? There's always good. That one guy, Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live, he's emerged as a great young roaster. Who else is good, man? That's the 3 I can think of off the top of my head, but I'm forgetting. But the thing is funny because when they get random people to roast you, like when Martha Stewart, obviously it was written, but she was good when she roasted Bieber. So there's all sorts of people, whoever. I'm sure if I ever did it, if I ever got to a position where I was, needed to be roasted, or if I was famous enough where anybody wanted to roast me, shit, man, I'd have to take some Ativan or something because that would be. That would be tough. That's a hard pill to. I think they'd start with my nose, and it would be tough, but it would be fun, and it's all in good fun. You know what you're getting yourself into. So that's a good question, Mel. I like your name, Melvin, because I like Melvin Gordon. He's the starting running back for the Rapaport's Delight, aka That Thing's Big, aka Make It Stop. So thanks for calling in, Melvin.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Matt in Eugene, Oregon. This is the world. This is why we're a worldwide phenomenon. Matt, what's up?
Yes. How's it going, man?
How you feeling, Matt?
Good, man. I just want to say I love you and Moody's podcast, man. And I love when you guest star on all the sporting shows like First Take and The Herd and all those.
Thank you, man.
Thanks. No, really quick, though. I just wanted to get your opinion about LeBron. Now, I know how everybody's been talking about how Kevin Durant went to Golden State, and everybody kind of hates that because they're creating super teams. I'm all about that. I hate super teams. But I feel like just because LeBron won, they forgot that he left Miami because things weren't so cool, once he left.
Yeah, I agree. What, do you have a specific question about it, or just that general?
Yeah, I just mean do you think everyone's just forgotten that? I mean, I feel like since LeBron won, they just don't even talk about it anymore.
Well, I think that because they won, it's sort of over because he left Miami with a purpose. He had a specific idea that he wanted to, and a goal, and even though it drove me nuts, they won, and he was the best player in that series. And Golden State, they blew it. And I'm sure it's been a tough pill to swallow all summer. I could break LeBron's balls all the time, but it really can't say nothing now because he shut it down, man. And he shut it down at the most important time, at the biggest moment of the Game 7. So, you gotta accept it. I gotta accept it, and if you're a LeBron hater, you can't be a blind hater. He's
no.
He's sick. So
that's what I was gonna say. I'm a hater for sure, but I understand he's amazing.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
With that being said, though, Kyrie was killing it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not one-on-one. It's basketball. It's a team sport, and he'll be the first one to say it. It's like, you're not going to win it. Nobody won a championship by themselves. So, he did good. I'm looking forward to the NBA season, and it's going to be fun. And right now, I can't even focus too much on NBA because I'm so wrapped up in the NFL and fantasy that it's hard to even think straight.
Oh, for sure. All right. Well, one last question, NFL. Did you pick anybody up on the waiver wire?
I picked up in one league. I dropped Kenny Stills because when you miss a pass as wide open as he is, and you're sitting on my bench, you're no longer on Rapaport's light. So I dropped Kenny Stills because I have Zach Ertz and I needed a tight end, so I was able to get Eric Ebron, and I feel really good about that. And then I don't think I made any other teams, and that's why I said I won the draft. See, in week 2, if you're scratching your head and making trades and making drops, that proves you didn't read the draft. In the Stern League, I tried to make a couple of pickups, but I didn't think twice about it. It's like, okay, if I could get this guy, good. If not, I'm going to sleep like a baby anyway on a Casper mattress. So, it is what it is. But thanks for calling in, and, we appreciate the support, and, and keep listening to the show and spread the word, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Tell Moody to keep his beats going.
Moody, go ahead, Moody.
No doubt, bro.
Jessica, how are you? This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Thank God, because it's been sausage soup in here.
Word.
What up?
We're glad you called, Jessica, because, as much as I love talking to the rabid Rapapack, Jesus Christ, man, we're talking about sausage soup. Talk about a dick buffet. It's been going down in here. So how you doing, Jessica?
Good. We got to get the ladies up in here.
Please send them our way. Just to break it up a little bit. Jesus Christ.
I'm calling from your hood, Upper East Side.
Are you really called? You're on the Upper East Side now?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you find out? How'd you find out about the I Am Rapaport podcast?
I've been listening for a long time now. I found out from Watch What Happens Live. I saw you on, and I loved what you were saying. I was like, I have to listen. I have to listen to this podcast, and I've been hooked for, I don't know how many, definitely over a year.
Well, I appreciate that. Are you excited about the Roni part 3 of the finale coming up tonight?
Oh yeah. I want to see some buck wild shit going on.
So where are you on the Upper East Side?
I'm in the upper 60s. I don't want to say exactly what.
Okay, cool.
We got to keep it confidential.
Yeah, we don't want any lunatics. Well, listen, I appreciate you calling. We're gonna get ready to step off from this podcast, and I actually need to go home and get ready for the reunion part 3. I appreciate the support, and thank you for calling in.
Yeah, love you guys.
Love you too.
Yes.
All right.
Listen, anybody that wants a soft-ass I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast t-shirt, go to districtlines.com/I Am Rapaport. The promo code get you 10% off on any t-shirt. We have the full Iverson, hard body karate. We have the Smash Mouth fantasy football t-shirts. We have the classic G Monetti t-shirt. Who doesn't want to walk around with G Monetti's face on a t-shirt? We have the Black History Month, the green, the black, and the red. We have Make Podcasts Great Again, and they're all soft. Okay, go to districtlines.com/I Am Rapaport.com. 10% off. Okay, all the t-shirts are now $20. And I always have a soft-ass I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast t-shirt on because we have the Raging Bulls t-shirt. I wore that today on live TV. I wore the Raging Bulls t-shirt today on live TV. Okay, so, G Monetti, what kind of soft-ass I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast t-shirt do you have? Now, we have Stickman t-shirts.
Yeah, I had my Stickman on. I just tweeted my shirt. I was rocking it, man.
When you're walking around the Bronx in a Stickman t-shirt, do you feel a certain amount of, confidence about you? Like, is there a certain gait, a certain sway in your walk?
Yes, because I see the people passing me looking at the shirt, wondering what that means, like really gazing at the shirt. So it's drawing people in. And I dared someone to ask me, what is a Stickman?
Okay. And obviously you had your clothes on because you didn't say you were at the Gun Hill Road train station. So you actually wore the T-shirt to the train station and then you disrobe at the train station.
No, I didn't do that.
You didn't? What?
I didn't do that today.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, listen, you got to take days off. Do we have any other? Who we got the next phone call?
Yo, this is Charlie. I'm calling in from Spokane, Gonzaga University. Just want to tell you, I fuck with you guys, hard body karate. I've been listening ever since you came in on Bill Simmons' podcast. You came in hot.
Yes.
And I looked your ass up right away, and yes. I've been fucking with you guys ever since.
Yes.
Thank you.
I just want to call. Me and my buddies were listening to the pod the other day, and I was introducing you to them, and they were very intrigued by the term stickman.
Yes.
And I was doing my best to explain to them what a stickman is, and we were playing some 2K. We were playing, watching the NBA, and I was just wanting to ask you if you could give. I don't want to put you on the spot. If you could give a starting 5 for stickmen, because we were talking. And I was talking shit with some of my boys, and I was sticking up for Dr. J, and they were talking about Wilt Chamberlain, and I just wanted to know, if you had a top 5, if you had, a starting 5.
Very, very valid, very, very good question. I'll say this: Dr. J is a very underrated coxman, stickman. Obviously, Wilt Chamberlain, when he I think he over-exaggerated the 20,000 women he said he was with, because mathematically they said that was impossible, even for some of the great coxmen. So let's go with basketball players. I'll try to give my top 5 basketball players. I will say this, okay? The great Dr. J, yes, he's going to be the small forward. Then we're going to have Dominique Wilkins. We're going to have him at the 2 guard, although he's a small forward.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's got to shift positions because Doc is always going to be first, to play the 3. Obviously, we're going to put Wilt as the center. We need a point guard now.
I was thinking Magic Johnson because before he got HIV. Obviously. We both know he was laying it down.
Yes, good point. So I would say Magic Johnson for sure, and then who are some of the guys in the NBA now? Because there's great coxmen, great young stickmen in the NBA now. In the '90s, you had great, fantastic coxmen. So I'm trying to think of who that 5th man would be.
And we were talking about it a lot too. And something we were talking about was you look at a lot of the great guys in the NBA now. I mean, Kobe just retired. He got married early. LeBron got married early.
Yes.
He's got kids who are like 10.
Yes.
And, shit, he's like 30. So I'm like, I don't fact check.
No.
But,
why would you?
So we're looking at the greats right now. I think part of it is the great stickmen are doing it under the radar.
Absolutely. I have to say, I got the answer. And this is a great power forward for this team. Shawn Kemp.
That's a great one.
Shawn Kemp, who was the reason why I got a vasectomy. Okay, I'll give you a quick story. I was when I was single, I was with a young lady in Chicago. Beautiful young girl, Spanish, fantastic. We were intimate, and while we were intimate, for some reason, while the intimacy was actually going on, this is a true fucking story. Shawn Kemp popped into my mind. Now, I love this guy. I know Shawn Kemp since I'm about 16 years old. Sweet dude. I think his career was cut short because I just think he was just never fully focused, and it came so easy to him. And I think that, one of the things that derailed his career was, I don't know the exact number, so I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he laid it down. He laid it down. He's got multiple children, and this is a good dude, so I'm not trying to throw my man under the bus, but he's the power forward for the starting 5 Coxmen on the All-NBA team. Gerald, do you have anyone to add? Am I missing anybody that you could think of?
No, that's it, man. What about the actors? Leo, did you mention Leo?
Oh, well, we've talked about him. He's sort of separated himself from the pack. He's like sort of the Lance Armstrong of Coxmen. When Lance Armstrong was winning the Tour de France, I call it Fra because I know how to speak French. When he was winning the Tour de France and just dominating the competition, whether he was on that ooh-wee, that powerhouse or not, he sort of separates the time. So obviously Leo would be the number one guy. But I just want to celebrate the NBA, some of the NBA Coxmen, and I think we did a good job of it now, just now. And I appreciate the call. I appreciate the insight, and I appreciate you helping us put together this great team. Another great stick man. Another guy I've known since I was a kid, funny guy. We could have him on the podcast. He'd actually be a great guest because he'd have great fuck stories. John Sally of the Detroit Pistons and the Bad Boys, Brooklyn bred, born and raised. He's a great Coxman, under the radar Coxman, still active, but he would tell great stories about being an NBA pro with the Bad Boys in the 80s and 90s. So thank you for the call. We're going to keep it moving, and I appreciate the support. Tina in LA, how are you, darling?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Question.
What's going on?
I just came from running down Griffith Park Observatory. I'm out here in the streets, as you can hear. Got the cars passing me by.
Okay. How's it going out there?
It's great. The weather is great. But what I wanted to say, I originally called because I was going to support you guys on your no good judges. But then I heard you and the last caller talking about NBA players. And I actually wanted to switch if I could and say something about that. I don't understand, why do these players get married young? Why don't they just play the field and stick it? I mean, I don't understand. What do you think about that? Gerald.
Very valid question. I'll let Moody take the lead on that. Mr. Moody, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know. They should take Derek Jeter's lead, and it would be wise just to stay single and have a good time. And then when your career is over, then you jump the broom.
I think in general, I'll speak in general for men. You in general, I think men want to do the right thing. I think when you're so young and you have so many things coming at you, and so many different people coming at you, and women are literally, and I don't say this in any disrespectful way, but when you're famous, if you're a professional athlete, women are disposable to you. They're literally like you could pick them up. So it's hard. So you could be married and want to do the right thing, and then there's you're in a hotel in Utah. You're there for a game against the Jazz. You're wandering the hallways, or maybe you wanted to go downstairs to the bar to get a water. And there's you
got a nice young piece, is stepping to you, and what you gonna do?
Listen, sweetheart, this is a great call because usually it's just guys saying this, and women don't want to acknowledge it, and they want to call guys scumbags. But I appreciate.
Please, that's bullshit. That's bullshit because otherwise, how are these guys sticking it to these chicks unless they got some chicks hanging out at the end of the game, at the end of the show, you know, talking about, hey, with your tits hanging out. Come on now, let's be real about it. But that's why it's such a question to me, why these dudes still get married. And I'll say this, though. I do know some Dallas Cowboys players, even a retired Dallas Cowboys player who is prominent, and I befriended, not nothing, you know, sleazy, a true friend. And he's actually beginning to mentor some of these new cats, you know, at the combines, at these football combines, because, you know, these young men need that. They need to hear the horror stories, whether it's about chicks, getting these kids. They need to sew that shit up.
Yes.
These chicks out here, they are not playing. They are looking for a free ticket. Not all of them, obviously. I'm just saying, we see the shows, you know, the Basketball Wives and all the other stuff that you like to watch. You see it. Everybody knows it. Why are these dudes still getting married? Why don't they see the writing on the wall and just take note? It really bothers me that these dudes do this.
I think that they don't know. I mean, I think for young people in general, you don't know, you know, and it takes experience, and sometimes it takes, the mistakes have to be made. Some guys make it through. Some guys are ready for it. But I think the majority, especially, you know, for specifically athletes, you're getting that nice young snapper thrown at you, and you don't know what to do. You want to taste it. You want it, as you should, right?
Yeah, you keep it moving. That's why you don't get married.
Exactly.
How else are you going to be able to rack it up if you get married? You're hurting everyone, because ultimately, if you get married and you still have people being thrown at you, you know, and you're being tempted, you're hurting, you know, your wife. You're hurting the children if there are children involved. Everybody gets hurt. Why even go through that when you can just simply have fun?
Yep, I agree.
I don't get it.
I love that you called and did this, because it's always just the guys talking. I would love to have you back on the podcast. We appreciate the love and the support. You know, we're getting ready to wrap this one up. And thank you so much for the phone call. This was a great phone call. And you know, like we said, it's been sausage soup up in here. Okay, to hear a nice friendly female voice with great insight has been good. So thank you so much for calling and spread the gospel of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast.
Hey, I got my T-shirt on right now. Everybody at Griffith Park Observatory was looking at me. So
fuck yeah!
I'm representing.
Yeah. Fuck yeah! So, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
My call.
All right, sweetheart. Richard in Portland.
What's up, my man?
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I left work early so I could get on this motherfucker live.
All right, man. You're live. You're live with the Gringo, Mandingo, and G. Monetti, the 2015.
What up?
Go ahead.
What up, Gerald? I'm a big fan. I've been down since day one. About a year ago, I won a shirt doing the Al Pacino line of the week.
Ha, ha, ha.
I just want to say the show is great. The love between you and Gerald is genuine. I got homies I've been friends with. I grew up in Phoenix. I got friends I've been friends with for like 35 years. And it's the same shit. When we kick it and talk shit, it's like how you and Gerald kick it. And it's genuine. Your podcast is fucking great. Also, I got to say, I had a son 9 months ago. His name is Maceo. No bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't want to say that you were like the catalyst to that, but, you know, in the spirit of no fact checking, you might have been the catalyst and my son's name being Maceo. So,
well, that means a lot. You know, I just have good taste, and it proves you have good taste. You know, the name Maceo for me was you know, a dedication to Maceo Parker and the Maceo from De La Soul. I've always loved that name, and you know, you'll find that your son is special and unique, and you never get tired of saying it. It's just a great name, and you know, it rolls off the tongue. So I was one of the best decisions I made as a parent so far, naming my one son Maceo.
And I agree, and I've been a DJ for 21 years. I'm 39, so I'm raised in that good shit hip-hop era, not that bullshit now. I mean, I love what you guys talking about. I'm kind of pissed that you can be in Phoenix on the 16th because that's my hometown. Because I'm going to be there on the 28th for my 20-year high school reunion. So I'm kind of bummed I'm missing that. But I do got a question, though. I got a couple questions.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
When in the 90s, what the fuck were you guys doing chilling in Phoenix in the 90s? You and Gerald, you mentioned that. And I'm like, what is the draw going to the desert in the 90s? when the Southwest was buck wild.
Break it down. Explain to him what you were out there, and then I just came out there to rock with you. So G will break it down.
Well, I went to school in Yuma, and Mike was in L.A., so Mike would come on the weekend, and we would chill in Yuma, and then drive to L.A. So we was doing that like 87, 88, and just chilling out, man. Arizona's cool, man.
That's dope. And I saw Gerald went to Miss White's Kitchen. That's a staple in Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix. Yeah, I love Phoenix.
We're going to be out there, and we're looking forward to being with the people. We appreciate the respect and the support, and stay in touch with us, man. We're easy to find.
I will. I'm trying to get you guys out here to Portland.
Oh, we're
trying to make that happen.
We're ready to go.
Yes, I'm trying to make that happen. I'm trying to line it up. I'm trying to get you guys in the north to Seattle at my man Nate's Wing and Waffle spot. So I'm trying to hook all that shit up for you guys. Hopefully, in the next year, we can make that happen.
All right.
Once again, I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, my man. We'll talk to you soon. Eric, what's really good?
Man? This is Eric. Hey, I just wanted to say, first off, Google Mandingo, listen to you every day. G. Moody, your beats are the bomb. Also wanted to give a shout-out to your Tribe Called Quest documentary. You guys did a big thing about Fife Dog, rest in peace, about how he's diabetic. And I'm also diabetic, been type 1, 8 months old. Youngest on the East Coast for 7 years, so some little prick got it at 7 months old. And I really just wanted to appreciate that because no one's really bringing diabetes to the forefront, really, at all.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, the great Fife Dog passing, the funky diabetic, the original funky diabetic, it got him. He fought hard for a long time, and I think that, I know he started to pay more attention to try to bring it to the forefront, but he continued to be deal with it. He was struggling, health-wise. So, it's sad. How's your health now?
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I'm on the insulin pump. I'm a runner also, run half marathons, and I don't let it stop me at all.
Well, good. So you run half marathons, what is that, 12 and a half miles?
13.1.
Shit.
Yeah,
wow.
Yep, I got a little backpack and everything. I carry my meter, insulin pump, goo packs, all that junk.
How long does it take you? What's your best 13.1 miles?
1 hour and 45 minutes.
Wow, that's impressive, man. Well, listen,
it's about 7:30-minute mile.
I appreciate the call, man. And I wish you luck. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. And like I said, man, keep doing your thing. Stay healthy, and we're going to keep rocking the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast for you. And God bless you, man, and God bless the great Fife Dog.
Hey, thank you very much, guys. I love what you do.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
All right. Peace. All right, listen, this has been another fantastic I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. We're going to take one more call, and then we're going to wrap it up. We're going to talk to my man Victor right now. Victor, what's really hood?
What's good, White Mike? What's going on, man?
How you doing, Victor? Where are you from?
From Lansing, Michigan.
Okay. How is it out there?
Oh, it's good, man. It's cooling off, humidity's gone. Yeah, it's going good.
Okay. So you got any questions for the Gringo Mandingo or the 2015 podcast co-host of the year?
Yes, I do. I got a question for both of you.
Go ahead.
We know who the Hall of Fame is, with Leo and Jeter and I was just wondering, who's the better stick man, you or G. Moody?
I got to say Rapaport.
Yeah.
He's been in Hollywood.
Yeah, I have to say myself, although Gerald's great, Gerald's not now, I'm talking about me when I was younger. I wouldn't consider Gerald as a pussy hound. And if you don't have that pussy hound gene, you can't be a great stickman. He had a great run. We're both older now. We're not the men we used to be. I'm in a happy, fulfilling relationship. So I'm talking about my younger days. So having the fame that I've had, it changes things. But neither one of us have been, have really we've never been those guys that have really tried to put that much work in. Everybody likes to find a nice young piece of something when you're younger. But like a true stickman, a true coxman, Okay, a true coxman is gonna put that extra work in, that extra effort, and it's not something you could think about. It's not something you could develop. It's something you're born with. Okay,
comes natural.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would not consider myself a great coxman, but if we were saying what it was, we'd probably say me, but not by much, But
okay.
and I say this, I instead of saying no Bruno at the end of this, I'm going to say no Bruno before I say this. I have an eye, and I have an eye and a certain respect for great coxmen, and I'll end that sentiment with no Bruno. I appreciate the call. Fantastic question. It was very, had to be, we had to dig deep for the answer. We're going to end this podcast now, my man. I appreciate the support and keep giving us the love. We're going to keep giving it back.
Yeah, keep doing what you guys are doing, man. We love it.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders.
Welcome! We're gonna make you laugh. We're gonna make you think.
The biggest stories in entertainment.
What's happening in business today?
Relationships, dating, pop culture, celebrity.
Give you that news and information.
The biggest names in sports.
Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
Want to see something entertaining? Tune in.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
All right. It's the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Monetti.
Yo.
How you feeling? I think this has been a great episode. That was some great conversation. Funny. And talking to the fans is great.
Always great talking to them. I love the passion, and it's just going to add more logs to the fire, more funny shit coming. Man, I love it.
I do too. So, again, the World Tour, the 14th. If you want to dance with the dingo, DraftKings.com/Iron Rapaport. G. Moody, the people told you can't put the beats on for 15 seconds. That's like giving somebody a taste of a fantastic filet mignon and then, sticking a piece of fucking bologna in their mouth. It's not fair. Why do you want to do that, G? Don't do that anymore, please. All
right, it's going to be 90 seconds now.
All right, cool. Anyway, we're signing off for another great episode of the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I want to thank my people at TuneIn, my man Jeremiah for manning the ship. And
Jeremiah, what up?
Yeah, all the people for you letting us in here, giving us the best sound system possible. Jordan Winter, Miles Davis, the podcast producer extraordinaires. We're out. You're listening to some Moody beats under this right now. These are actual Moody beats, and we're going to rock this for about 2 minutes. Miles, when you're doing it, when you're mixing it, just turn it up just a little bit more. I don't want to blast anyone's ear, but we want to make it funky for them. It's the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast, and we're out.